Alright, hello everybody. Back with another video, and of course it's none other than the new card Legion. So I've messed around with a couple brews, played against a lot of him, and I think this one is my favorite by far. It utilizes, of course, High Evolutionary, the king of lockdown. And so there's a few different angles that you can play with this deck. The most obvious one that you're going to see everywhere that everyone's talking about is you Storm on 4, you Legion on 5, and for some reason Legion's ability doesn't act the same way Mirror Dimension is, where when it hits Flooded, it doesn't close the next turn. When you hit Legion into a Storm flooding location, it will immediately flood on the beginning of turn 6, so no one will be able to play cards unless you have Jeff the Baby Landshark. So you can get some super lockdown going on, which is why you see Sunspot, Nebula, Misty Knight in this deck. That means when we skip on turn 6, we can generate 6 power in Sunspot, 1 power on another card from Misty Knight, and 2 power in Nebula. And then Cyclops will also cause -2 to the opponent. So even on the turn that we skip, we can still generate a lot of power through the deck. And then generally it's just a lot of other good cards. So you have Luke Cage, which is good for avoiding other high evolutionary decks that want to play for an Abomination or just mitigating their Cyclops in general. Silk is just a good rate card. I don't have Jeff, so if you have Jeff can slot in for Silk, and it's probably a better card. Magic I have here because Legion is also very good in one of my favorite plays, which is shutting down Limbo. So you can set up Magic on turn 3 or 4 if you don't have Storm, and then you can Legion it on 6 when your opponent will be expecting you to be playing into your Limbo since you're the one that set it up. You can then shut it down for an abrupt win to maybe catch the opponent off guard. It's also good just for having a turn 6 because that means we can Hulk on 6 or 7. We can Hulk on 7 and then still get the buff from Hulk, and then we can play a different powerful thing on 6 like Spider-Man to lock down a location. So it is good for us to also just add some more consistency to the deck. And then Spider-Man is just a good card. In my opinion, it is better than Professor X, the one who would compare to him. So I think that it's a very good deck filled with a lot of really good cards, and I think you'll see from the deck highlights how well it plays. If you enjoy, please leave a like and let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more of these great decks. And feel free to ask me for any recommendations, or if you guys have any recommendations on how I could improve the deck. He's only been out for a day, so of course it's not super optimized yet. Alright, hopping right into it. We got all of our
I am Ego.
drops. Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out how easy this deck is to play if Ego can play it. Okay. Now, if their Ego doesn't play in the Nebula, we could get a bit. Okay. I'm okay with this. We got Gamma Labs giving us 2 Hulks to their 0. Ego will move Jeff because it always moves Jeff. It's gonna be a lot of Hulks on the field. I really like Cyclops not going middle. Alright. Can Ego Storm or Limbo itself? He played 2 cards. I didn't say that. Holy. Played a Shuri combo. Shuri Invisible Woman. Massive stats from the Ego there. Misty Knight hit Luke Cage. Huge, actually. Okay. Ego storms himself. That's funny. Well.
Victory.
Yeah. That's sometimes the way it works. Ego diff coming out. Oh, I was supposed to snap because it was Ego. It's been so long, I forgot. Alright, hopping into the second one. Got a pretty good hand. Hulk in starting hand. Always feels good. So, if we pull Storm or Spider-Man, we're in a pretty good position because we have Hulk setting up. So he Misty Knight on 2 and go from there. Our Hulk, if we Silk is going to be pretty big for us this game then. If we can get Silk into Sanctum Sanctorum, that'd be ideal. Oh yeah, this isn't awkward at all. I kind of want a Cyclops there. I'm just gonna pass, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Cyclops, the magic lane. The issue is we have a bunch of 1-drops here, so if they have a Killmonger, because we don't know what their deck is. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then we can Spider-Man on 6, Hulk on 7. Which should be good. We're gonna see what that is. Mystique. So they could be going Ironheart, Gambit. Probably don't have enough cards for Gambit, honestly. It's probably an Ironheart. It could be Surfer, I suppose. I think I'm supposed to snap into that. He might think I'm shutting off Limbo. That could make him panic. But like, if he thinks I'm shutting off Limbo, I don't think he can really do anything about it. Yeah, that's what I assumed, is that he would set up for whatever he's doing. Okay. Yep. GG's. We have a 22 power Hulk getting slammed onto the board, and they lose even if they Shang. They win with... No. I was gonna say they win Shang Jeff here, but they don't win that because it would go to tiebreaker and then we'd have a 12 power diff. Yeah, I mean, with this deck you're not gonna see massive cube swings, like they know when they're gonna lose. It's pretty straightforward, but you're gonna get consistent wins is the goal. Alright, moving right along. So far it's been pretty good. Haven't really had any bumps in the road. The only really thing that we could ask for is, you know, Legion showing up. That'd be kind of nice. That's kind of great for us. Yeah, no, that's good. Falcon's actually super good for us, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna see what he does, because there's a chance that we just get Killmongered, and that does the same for me, except I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, but the fact that he played that, he's probably running a Killmonger. Let me turn that off real quick. If we pull Legion this turn, we are in a really good position because we also just pulled Sunspot. Hopefully the opponent doesn't, or like plays Killmonger early. Hopefully he does something. It's a pretty boring Reality Stone because he just got Thanos. I wonder what he's trying to figure out. Cage. This guy just does not have any pretty cards. not a single card is pop. I assume that was the hub card, yeah. Not a single card is popped. Okay, I'm gonna do that with that. Or that with this. Yeah, that's the right play. And then we'll see if we pull Legion this turn. We got a 20% chance of pulling Legion. And I mean, if you do the math on like how many times we haven't pulled Legion in the other games, then, you know, we pretty much guaranteed to pull Mind Stone. Like I said, pretty much guaranteed to pull him. Do that. So we can play something into Space Throne. That isn't Misty Knight. Play something next turn there. Alright, we have Luke Cage. I was nervous there for a second. They have one card to play. So they're kind of in a tricky spot. Yeah.
Victory.
Still no showcasing of Legion, unfortunately, but it's showing off how good the deck is. Alright. Hopefully we can get some Legion gameplay going on. Actually showing off the card. Shuri's Lab and Aunt May. This is actually just looking like a really good lockdown setup we have. And then the normal one gets popped. That's weird. Patriot, I guess, if they're okay with doing that. Trying to think what I want to do here. I think I want to Luke Cage there. Magic. Aunt May's. And then I think we do that. And then we Spider-Man, likely Aunt May's, Legion Shuri's. That's the line that I'm looking at. That is so unfortunate. Okay. I think I'm gonna Legion Limbo across the board. Then Spider-Man, probably Limbo, and then Hulk Aunt May's is probably the new line that is being looked into. We don't really care about Shuri's. Like I said, we don't care about Shuri's. Spider-Man Limbo. Oops. Spider-Man Limbo, specific. Spider-Man the right Limbo. I'm passing because it gives more power to Hulk. And I want to make sure that 18 power middles and
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
So I'm gonna be at 20. That means they have to play 22. Yeah. I feel fine. Should be enough to win. I don't see why it wouldn't be enough. Yeah. That'll be 22 power. Or 20 power, sorry. Look at the little baby Hulk they have. Aww. A little cute guy. Yeah, my recommendation is for Legion, you need to be able to be very flexible with the card. Like, you can't be stuck on like a plan, right? Like, I was planning on doing something and then saw that Shuri's Lab completely ruined it because they played She-Hulk, so you have to be flexible and you have to know how to properly use locations to your advantage. So if this is a card that interests you, I'd recommend picking it up. It's gonna be a really fun card for you if you enjoy this like mind game sort of mentality. However, I would say to use it effectively, it is probably a higher skill cap and knowledge card. So just something to keep in mind with your collector's tokens, with your spotlight caches. Maybe don't go for it if this isn't your cup of tea. But if this is the stuff that you enjoy, is like controlling the flow of the game, playing mind games with your opponent on, oh, am I going to turn off Limbo? Am I going to spread a storm? Like those kind of things, then I would say that this is very much a card for you.